how I went from being a failing student to an honor student just by changing my study habits. So what I'm going to tell you is not only effective for me personally, but it's also guaranteed based on research by psychologists. Check comments for sources. So before, I only reread my notes, I only highlight my notes, and that's what I consider as studying. But after changing my study habit, I went from doing this, multiple rewriting of notes, to just doing it once and then having higher grades. So based on results from psychologists, the most effective study habit is to reread your notes only once and then taking a test on it. So testing your skills and knowledge based on just reading it once is more effective than rereading it multiple times and then consider it as studying. That's why review centers often prioritize diagnostic tests and then taking tests again to see whether you've improved. So next time you're studying, read your notes once and then take a test on it.
Effectively. 6 tips that'll save you a lot of time, tears, possibly. Study for 30 minutes at a time. This is like the perfect amount of time for absorbing information. I don't know. Number 2, break down a big assignment into smaller parts. This will be easier to tackle. Be smaller things that you can accomplish. 3, set a timer. Focus on one thing, get it done. Number 4, taking breaks is important. When I say take a break, I don't mean take a break until the next day. I mean go out with your friends and watch a movie. But it does sound like a good break. Watch an episode of something. Don't get carried away. Discipline. 5, I've said this before, but sit at a desk. Your bed is your enemy. Sitting on a couch and I fell asleep. I hate naps. Number 6. Use books when possible. Avoid your computer. Get the book if you can. Distractions easier to refer back to. Hope this helps.
Okay, so another thing that I see a lot of people doing is instead of getting right to the topic and right to the, memorization portion that nobody wants to really focus on, they fucking write up a whole diagram and all these crazy songs and things and memorize that in order to memorize the main thing. Think about it for a second. You're spending all your time and energy and attention memorizing some other stupid shit to ultimately memorize another thing. Why are you doing it this way when there's a shortcut? People draw some crazy shit like this with like information and try to memorize it. It's a waste of time, you guys. Just memorize what you need to memorize. Get to the point, bro. I know it's intimidating, but your mind is very powerful. Another way is how I would really learn is I would rewrite things and then I would explain them to myself. So I'd sit there and be like, all right, what did I just write? And teach myself based on what I wrote. Because when you explain something to yourself, it helps you remember it.
How to study more effectively, part 1. 1. Plan a schedule. Plan when you're going to study and when you're going to have breaks. 2. Have all your distractions into another room. Have a study room and a break room. 3. Listen to calm, focused music with no lyrics. Like and comment for part 2.
How to make effective study notes for any subject. This technique saved my life in Years 11 and 12. When making notes, look at past questions. After you finish writing your notes, find sample questions derived from that syllabus point and ask yourself, can you answer the question using the information that you've written in your notes? If the answer is no, then look at sample responses and add that information to your own notes. Some great resources to find questions and responses are exam workbooks and HSC sample questions on NESA, ATAR Notes test books, and Excel study guides.
Top 5 ways to study more effectively.
5. Finish the hardest task first.
4. Write down your plans. 3. Take a break every 45 minutes. 2. Get rid of distractions. Number 1. Reward yourself.